Peace, peace. Welcome back to the space beyond infinity where there are no limitations. I am the spirit guide of this realm mystic, and I am back with another vlog, y'all. How are y'all doing? I know I've been gone for a while. I've been gone for a while. No, it's alright. I don't even remember what my last vlog was or what it was about, but I'm right here and right now. All I can remember is a couple blogs I posted about being in confusion, because I was just in a transition and, confusion was trying to come into play during that time. But I'm a lot clearer now, of course. I can't say I fully landed, but I can say I'm a lot clearer. I'm not confused, that's for sure. My path is my path has been made straight for me, and I am taking my steps intentionally. Bars. Anywho, my son's 5th birthday just passed. Yay! My baby daddy, he came to visit, and what I noticed is, um, I don't usually vlog when he's here. I know the last time he came to visit, I did do a couple vlogs, but I don't usually vlog when he's around. I think that has something to do with me repairing my self-expression in his presence. I kind of used to shut down, but I've been getting better with my self-expression, expressing myself. Uh, I feel good. Yeah, my son's birthday just passed, and we went to Central for the weekend, and we stayed in a hotel. And look, so we stayed in the hotel that we're used to staying in, just because, memories, how much, and we know what the prices look like, and just comfortability wise, and blah blah blah. Which next time we go to Central, I will try to, go to a different hotel actually. But yeah, we were staying in the hotel for the weekend. I will try to get a different space just because we're in a different space. I kind of realized that it just kind of felt like, but for me, I realized that I have to have a lot of like full circle kind of moments. So going back and staying at that hotel, it was a full circle moment that was needed for me. Um, Yeah, so once we got there and we dropped our bags off and stuff, we went to the beach and we enjoyed our day. I was so grateful for that experience because the kids got to go a little deeper into the ocean than what they're used to because they had their dad and they had their floaties. So that was nice. And I got to go deeper in the ocean for a longer period of time because I didn't have to, have full attention on the kids. So yeah, I appreciate that. But one thing I did also learn is it's a little too much for me. Like, because he was like taking the kids out into the ocean with their floaties, and then I was trying, but that was too much for me. It was too much for my senses. So that just made me appreciate, his presence even greater at that time. Um, but yeah, I really got to experience being at the beach a lot more. It was so great. It was a weekend full of water, honestly. Because after we left the beach, like, that was like Saturday, and then Sunday, it was drizzling on and off all day. So we went to the playground instead, and we just had a lot of times at the playground. Went to the playground about 4 or 5 times that day. Um, by the evening, went to the park for our final time that day, and they were doing like there was like this performance arts school putting on a show for the public. So it's a bird flying real high in the sky. So we got to watch that. I was so happy, y'all. So I know y'all seen me a couple months ago on here with my crown that I was starting. Y'all, I was making really good progress. It was so beautiful. It was so wonderful, magical, and amazing. Oh my goodness. So I wore it out for the first time this weekend. And that was another thing this past weekend because it's Saturday today. The past weekend, it was my son's birthday. Yeah, I wore it out for the first time because I had done enough on it to feel like I could wear it out. And that was another experience for me, being able to wear a crown again and being able to wear something that I was creatively involved in. Um, and that was nice. And for like the first day, it took me a little bit to get used to it because I hadn't like stepped outside like that in a while. Just something different. Um, so attention was on me, obviously, because I was wearing a crown, and not just a crown, a copper wire crown made of crystals. And it was very beautiful. It was very detailed. I'll try to put like, I'll make a short and I'll show the couple clips of the crown that I did have. I didn't take that many pictures, y'all. I woke up Monday rising and I decided to have myself a little beach time since my kids were still sleeping. So I went out to the ocean. I took my crown with me so I could cleanse it again. And I got knocked back by a wave. I just wasn't going to be able to get over that wave. I knew it as soon as I seen it. I was like, I'm not going to be able to get over this. And it knocked me back and it took my crown. I didn't even think about my crown until I got back up over from up under the wave. I was like, oh yeah, my crown. I touched it. I was like, oh, it's gone. I actually handled it very well. I didn't cry about it. I wasn't too upset about it. I was chilling for the most part. I think I like kind of psyched myself up a little bit more than anything. Like, are you sure you're not upset? Are you sure you're okay? Checking on myself to make sure. This hammock was so comfortable, but now the sun is like positioned directly over the hammock right now. So I have to get out. Um, I was a little upset, but I wasn't as upset as I feel like I have been about losing things in the past, like losing my crystals, because my crystals was like my babies. Like before I had my babies was my crystals and my nieces and nephews, of course. But yeah, like I hope I did not show no titties in that, because I really was not just thinking. Yeah, because I've been doing so good, but not flashing. But anywho, yeah, I I lost my crown in the ocean, and I got over it pretty well. Wasn't that bad. It wasn't like, too emotionally over over emotional. It was cool. It wasn't bad. Um the thing is, I had just bought a few crystals to like put on the crown to finish it. And I was just like, dang. But then I was like, it's okay because I could just start a new one. I have wire, I have crystals, start a new one. So I was like, to make myself feel better, I'm going right back to the crystal shop and buy some more crystals. So that's what I did. I went right back to the crystal shop and bought some more crystals so I could make a new crown, which I haven't started on yet. because I was just so tired this week. I feel like I was a little tired before we left out last weekend. But this week, since I've been back home, I've been so tired, and I was kind of trying to figure it out. And today I figured it out. When I woke up today, I was bleeding. So I am experiencing my first period in a long time. I'm not crampy, which is interesting. I want to see, and I'm not really bleeding like that either. Like I woke up and I stood up, and then like blood came down. And then I went and I got in the shower and I came out and I cleaned up everything. Well, I cleaned up what I could, but I had to thoroughly mop. Like I used tissue, I cleaned up everything, blah, 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 whatever. I cleaned it up, but you gotta mop to disinfect after. Yeah, so I immediately got in the shower. I took care of myself first and then I disinfected after, since nobody was really up like that and could, whatever. It don't even matter. I don't give a fuck. It's clean. It was clean. There was no issue. I don't have to over talk about that. Anyway, got in the shower, got myself together, cleaned up, and then I was just like, yeah, I need to take it slow today. I had got myself together and didn't really notice any blood after that. Y'all, I wonder if, well, I mean, I kind of feel like it's just time. I've been wondering lately, is it coming close to time? Last week, before we had left for the weekend, like I said, I was feeling tired already. And then it was just this one evening where I was really crampy and weird. And I was like, I feel so weird. I feel like how I used to feel when I was about to start my period. And I was like, but I don't feel like I'm about to start my period, but I feel like I did. I feel like how I used to feel when I would start my period. And I didn't bleed or anything. I just felt funny. And then the next day, I was fine. And so I just went about my weekend. I felt so great. Like I said, that Monday, I got to get up and go to the beach by myself. Yeah, I lost my crown, whatever. But I got my time at the beach. And even when I did go back to the crystal shop, I went back to the beach and I dipped my feet in there. I cleansed my crystals in the ocean. And I went back to the hotel room. And when I went back to the hotel room, I gathered all of our things. I got everybody. It was time to check out. And we checked out and we went straight back to the beach. And I was in the beach for a couple hours after that. And then I came home. So I was in the beach a lot. I was involved with a lot of water this past weekend, and I feel real good about that. I feel like that was so super needed for me. And I would really love to be able to book another hotel experience when I go out to Central again. That would be nice, even if we get just one night stay instead of two. One night would be good for me too, just to get that experience of being able to just go back and forth to the ocean. I need that. But that's kind of the thing why I'll be I would love to live in Central, but I love living out here because it's so quiet and peaceful and I feel safe. And the thing about this is my neighborhood really loves me. We left our gate open and the front door because it's I feel like Boomie be carrying that spirit of confusion and he be trying to keep me in a state of confusion so that he can take advantage of me. So when it came time to leave, it was weird because I was sitting in the kitchen and I finally decided to hit my J. So I hit my J a couple times and I'm standing in the kitchen hitting my J and the water truck is coming. The water truck is coming, but Boomy is outside, so he know the water truck is coming. And so he's watching to wait to see when they come back around to the house. And he's also messaging the taxi at the same time. So he's outside in the middle of the street yelling at me, telling me that the taxi's coming. But at the same time, I tell you, I'm in the kitchen, I'm hitting my J. I have my music going too. I'm standing directly in front of the speaker. I can't hear nothing this man is talking about. He knows I'm in the kitchen standing in front of the speaker. He knows how I have it pretty much all the way up. He know I can't hear nothing he's saying. So why is you trying to, what are you doing? Out in the middle of the street yelling at me about the taxi is on the way. I'm like, I can't even hear you. He come back in and I'm like, what did you say? And he's like, the taxi is on the way. And I'm like, okay, cool. So he walked back out. He comes back in towards the kitchen. I went to like the refrigerator or something. I don't know. I did something. Maybe I went upstairs. I don't know. I did something. I was just doing something. I felt like I stayed in the kitchen because I couldn't hear him. He kept trying to talk to me. No, I can't hear you over this music turned all the way up. I'm in the kitchen. I feel like maybe I walked towards the refrigerator or something. I'm in the refrigerator pouring myself some water or something. And now I hear him yelling at me. And I'm like, what are you saying to me? Why do you keep trying to talk to me over the speaker? And he comes back to the kitchen and he's like, I'm trying to tell you to bring me the jugs. I'm like, oh, I didn't know that. You walked back here. I'm thinking you're walking back. I just saw you walk towards the kitchen. When I saw you walk towards the kitchen, I'm thinking you're grabbing the water jugs so that you can get water. I'm not thinking that you're going to just come here, look around, turn around, walk back out the kitchen and stand by the gate and wait for the water truck. I'm thinking you're walking towards this water jug that's sitting right here. I'm thinking you're going to pick it up and walk back out the front door with it, since you're standing outside waiting for the water truck to come to the house. Don't that make sense? What was you even doing? What did you even come to the kitchen for if you wasn't about to grab the water jugs? That don't make no sense. It just feel like he be trying to put me in a position to be all over the place and in confusion. So it's like, okay, that happens. He takes the water jugs, he get the water, he come back in. Okay, cool. Bam. I'm sitting, I'm getting all of our things prepared because I have the bags in the kitchen. I'm putting everything that I feel like I need, our cups, my crystals, getting my wire. I got our bathing suits. I already put our clothes in there. I already put, the main things, and just whatever I might feel like I need extra to just, whatever. Putting in our Roku system, the floaties, blah, blah, blah. I'm putting everything in. So next thing you know, I'm just like, let me turn this down because I already see you trying to get me into a space and a state of confusion. So next thing you know, I just see him come in the house and stand in front of the steps and call to the kids, come on, y'all, come down and put y'all shoes on. Okay, cool. I'm like, he getting their shoes on. Cool, whatever. I'm still wrapping up, right? The kids come downstairs, he get their shoes on, and now he's like, well, the taxi, he thought he getting their shoes on. I come to the living room to do something or get something or something, and he's like, well, the taxi is here. Okay, if you're calling the kids downstairs to put their shoes on, why are you not letting me know that the taxi is here then? You calling them down to get their shoes on because the taxi is here. And you're not going to tell me that the taxi is here? Okay, cool. So I didn't forget anything that I wanted to bring, but I did forget to close my front door, which I don't even know how I forgot to close my front door, because I remember I closed my back door. I forgot to close my front door coming out of it. Then I get outside. He done got all the kids outside. He done got the stroller outside. All the kids is outside. Except for maybe Yajurda. No, Yajurda's outside. He put her in the stroller. He get all the kids outside. They all outside right in front of the gate. He goes down to the main gate to let the taxi in. I'm coming out of the gate. I'm like, okay, I have everything. I have all my kids. All of my kids is right here. I'm preparing to, put the stroller down, get everything set so it can go into the taxi. I closed the gate behind me, and as the taxi pull up, I'm putting the kids in there. I'm putting the bags in there. I'm watching him put the stroller in the trunk and blah blah blah. I get in. I close the door. We get to the entrance gate, and I'm like, "Oh, did you lock our gate, our main gate?" And he's like, "Yeah, I think I did." Okay, cool. Are you sure? Yeah. All right, cool. So we leave and leave the gate unlocked, and apparently leave the front door open too. So you accomplish something. But with the neighbors that I have, they like put there's a stone that I keep outside my gate. So they put that stone in front of the gate to keep it closed. And they closed my front door for me too. And then they like called the owner and like let her know, because they didn't see me come back that night. So they called her the next day and let her know. And like, is they okay? Is everything all right? Blah, blah, blah. She calling me on my other phone. And I'm not realizing because I don't really check that phone like that because I don't be on that phone. Only when I'm calling her. So I'm not really noticing while we out. And then I get home and I see I get home, and then that night she pulled up on me. And she like, yeah, I'm just trying to check on you. They like, you left the gate open, and everybody was worried. Like all of the neighbors, everybody, like we all was worried. And I let her know, we accidentally left the gate open, didn't realize, blah, 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 blah. Y'all get to my phone, I look at my messages. First of all, not just her, but the realtor who helped us get this house, he's calling and messaging me too to make sure that we are okay. And I'm also actually just finally reading her text messages, and she's like, we left the front door and the gate open. I'm like, wow, I didn't even realize that. I just apologized to her again. Like, I'm going to make sure that, we'll make sure that we lock the house down properly when we leave. It was just a mix up in communication and stuff. And she's like, that's fine. Like, I'm really not tripping about all of that. We just all were worried about y'all. We just all wanted to make sure y'all was good. So I really appreciate that. Like, even though we be loud, we be obnoxious, I be feeling like maybe we be annoying. Our neighbors care about us, and that really made me appreciate, like, just another level of appreciation. So I was just so grateful for that. But yeah, I just felt like with all of the time that I spent in the water and healing and things, just with all of that, and I finally, like, I went to, like I said, I got some more crystals, and this is one of them. I was like, a stone for my root, right? This is red calcite, and actually, when I looked it up, it's for all of the lower chakras, the root, the sacral, and the solar plexus, which is cool. So I have, just been holding it kind of close. I sat my crystals out in the sun yesterday in the grid and stuff for them to charge. And then I set my yoni egg in the middle. And then what I did was I took my yoni egg and I put my yoni egg in. And I laid down with all of I have 6 rose quartz. And, 8. I put 6 of them on my chakras on up, and I put an amethyst on the top of my head, and because I have 2 really small ones, I put them in my ears, and I had 2 more amethysts, and I held them in my hands, and I just laid out and I meditated with my crystals on my chakras, and I kind of felt like I was dozing off a bit, so I got up and I laid down with the kids, and I dozed off for a little bit. Or maybe I dozed off with the crystals. I did. I dozed off with the crystals, and then I got up and I was like, yeah, let me No, I started to doze off with the crystals, but I didn't because I didn't want to fall asleep with the ones in my ears. So I had took them off, and I was like, that was enough. A little bit of time that I had, and I laid and I dozed off for like 5 or 10 minutes with the kids, and I got up. And in all of that, I forgot that my yoni egg was in. So I had my yoni egg in for the rest of the evening until I got up, and then I was bleeding, and I didn't even remember until um, what I cleaned up the mess. I went and I sat down to go pee, and then I was like, "Oh yeah, I have the yummy egg in," and I was like, I feel like I just been triggering things. Like I do feel like my body has been getting ready for it, like a period. But I just feel like with everything that I've been doing to like heal myself and heal my root, like I just got these I have tiger's eye beads around my waist that I've been wearing tiger's eye beads around my waist, and I just been putting intention into healing my root and my sacral. And I feel like once I started putting intention into that, that's what activated my period to like come back. I just feel like I need it. I feel like it's just a sign of just showing me, the effects of me being intentional with healing my root and my sacral. So, yeah. Did all that, got in the shower, took my young egg out, cleansed it, put it outside in the tree. Yeah. So that's where I'm at with it. Got a little bit of bleeding action. I wonder how it will be tomorrow. I wonder if I'll get a full blown period. It was just like, a little bit of brown blood earlier. I don't know about now. I know this might be a lot for some people, but it's like life, When you're, yes, baby. What is it? Tell me. Okay, help her put them back in, please. I'll be up there in just a minute, okay? Close the door. Close the door. You can let her go. You can let her go. You can let her go. Just close the door. Thank you. Yeah, they've all. I was just about to say real quick that when you're breastfeeding, it takes time for your period to come back. I've been having children and breastfeeding, so I don't feel like I've had a real period in a few years. Yeah. They all have been a little over emotional about things since their dad left the other day. And so I'm dealing with that. Yeah, today I'm just taking it easy. Today I'm supposed to pay rent, but I'm not going to have the rent ready until tomorrow. So I'm going to just talk to the lady, see if that's okay. I'll just call her the lady, but her name is Emma. I'm going to just talk to Emma and make sure that's okay with her. She messaged me last night. It was just like confirming, like, do you want to stay and renew your lease, or are you moving? Whatever. I let her know I'm staying, renewing my lease. I'll be staying in the house for 2 years. I am proud of myself for making that decision. It hasn't been a full year yet, but it's almost a full year that I've stayed in the same place, and I am proud of myself because I have not stayed in a home space for more than 6 to 8 months in my entire adult life. I needed this. And I gave it to myself. God gave it to me. Praise God. I'm grateful. I also prayed to God the other day, just just about my kids because I want them to have stability when it comes to father figure in their life, when it comes to a healthy masculine man in their life. Like, I want them to have that stability. I want them to have a father present consistently. I know it's hard for them to have their dad come and then leave and then come and then leave. And then when he does come, he's not necessarily everything that they need. Like, they need a man that they can feel safe with emotionally. That they can feel fully safe with. That they can feel safe to go to. That they can feel safe being in his arms. They feel held, they feel treasured, they feel fully loved. Fully. Not just like little levels, certain. No, fully, thoroughly loved, fully, thoroughly protected, fully, thoroughly secured. Like, they deserve that. And it's not my fault that they don't have that. I'm not finna blame myself. I chose correctly. I did. And I will choose correctly again when it's time. Right now it's not time, and we all have to bear with that. And I have to not carry shame or guilt for them not having that right now. I'm so grateful, y'all. I've come so far. I used to carry so much guilt about stuff, and I saw how their dad would take advantage of me and take advantage of that, and I have healed from that. I do not carry guilt that I don't deserve to carry. Maybe a little bit here and there sometimes, but I have been working and I've been doing so great. Kudos to me. But yeah, I'm gonna go up here and get my baby because she's being bad. Throwing all of the clothes onto the floor for no reason. And she's up there trying to play the victim like she's not the one being bad. So let me go and get my kids together. I'm grateful for this experience. I hope you have a beautiful, wonderful, magical, and amazing experience. Peace.